Hi everybody, we're here at the Tone360 Bar and Yoga Studio here in Billings, Montana. We've got my twin sister Chelsea here who's going to be the body. I'm currently 28 weeks pregnant, so it's going to help for you guys to have a visual with not such a big belly on the mat. So for this class today, we don't need any equipment. We're going to be toning and sculpting our glutes. We're going to be lifting up the back of our legs. We're going to be firming up the back of our thighs using only your own body weight. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to find an all fours position. Spread the fingertips wide. Let's take a couple rounds of cat-cows to loosen up your spine. Press the back body up to the ceiling. Arch and round. Continue to roll through forward, pressing the front body towards the floor. Keep going back and forth. We want to take just a few seconds here to loosen up your lower back, to loosen up your spine, and to mentally come onto your mat space for the next 20 minutes. Pressing the back body up to the ceiling, rolling that front body forward. Go for one more round. Push that back body up, roll the front body forward, and then start to find a neutral spine. Take it side to side. Look over the shoulder and then over the other shoulder. Getting into the lower back, trying to stretch those muscles, activate the obliques. Side to side. One more time each direction, side to side, and then start to find center. All right, now that we're warmed up, let's go ahead and walk down to our forearms. Stay on the forearms today. Stretch your left leg back really long. We're going to start with the left side of the body. Turn your knee towards the floor. Start to squeeze up an inch and then back down an inch. Lift up an inch and down an inch. So we've got this long, lean line that we're creating from the hip all the way into the toes. You're keeping this knee really straight. It's going to want to bend slightly, so make sure that you're getting that knee joint to straighten even more. 4 more slow. 2, up, 3, take that pulse now a little faster, up an inch, lift pulse, lift pulse. We're going to be focusing also on this standing hip. We don't want to sit into the hips, so you want to lean more into that left forearm. That's going to help even out your body weight. All the muscles in the back of this thigh are working and engaging, squeezing and contracting. Tone and sculpt. Keep pulsing up an inch here for 8, 7, 6. Energy through the toes. 4, 3. Keep pulsing. Now bend the knee. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze up. Try to bend that knee a little deeper. Pointed toes. Keep going here. 4, 2. Stretch the leg back long for 4. 1, 2. We got 4 counts each way. Bend the knee. 2, 3. Stretch the leg. 4. So when you bend the knee, we get deeper into the hamstrings. Bend. 2, 3. Straighten it out. 4, 2. Take it now in 2 counts each way. Bend in. Bend in. Press straight. Press straight. Good. Squeeze that hamstring. Get deeper into the back of your thigh. Bend. Bend. Straighten. Straighten. Bend. Bend. Now take out the pulse. Just bend and extend. Single counts. In, then out. In and out. Keeping that knee in a fixed position. Get deeper. Bending that knee. Pull and press. In, then out. Good. Point those toes. Hug the navel up towards your spine. Get deeper. Isolate into the hamstrings. 4 more. In, then out. 2. You're doing great. 3. Now hold your leg out long. Take it down to the floor. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Get all that activation through the back side of your leg. Getting those long, lean muscles. Lower to the floor. Lift up. Lower to the floor, lift up. Make sure that, just like Chelsea here, that you're keeping your low back really stable. We don't want to arch and let it move around a lot. 4 more. Inhale, 2, down 3. Hold the leg up and let's pulse to the finish. Up and down, squeeze, pulse. Can you stretch that knee a little harder? Can you lengthen through the toes a little longer? Shift into the left forearm. Are you feeling that burn, Chelsea? Keep going up, down, up, down. You got 10 more pulses, then we change. 1, 2, 3, up, 4, higher, 5, longer, 6, 7, 8. Good. Start to turn. Bring your body weight onto that right hip. Reach that right arm forward. Go ahead and rest your head. Pull the knees in front of the hips. Rest your head. Start to lift that top bent leg up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. So all the muscles surrounding that outer hip area, we're going to make those muscles work, contract using just your body weight. Make sure that you're keeping the shins parallel to one another. You're opening an imaginary lid on a box. Straight up, straight down. Use that left hand in front of you to lean into so that we're truly stacking that left hip. Take it faster. Little pulse, up 1 inch. Feel that isolation, that activation into that outer left glute. 8, 7, 6, pulse 5. Keep pulsing the leg. Stretch the toes straight forward. Pulse. Pulse. Now that leg is straight. You're going to feel more intensity. Bend the knee again. 4 counts each way. 2, 3. Stretch the leg to the front. 4, 2. Make sure your shins stay parallel as you bend in. Yeah. Squeeze. Lengthen. 4, 2. Make sure that you're keeping the top hip stacked. Try to lift up and out of this bottom right oblique to press that left hip down. 2 counts now each way. Bending it in, lifting up, and then stretching forward. Watch the shin. Keep it parallel so the whole leg moves together. Bend and straighten and bend. Try not to let the knee turn down. 2 more. Bend in, stretching out, bending in. Now, take out the pulse, just bend in. Press long. You can take breaks just like Chelsea when you need to. In, then out. That outer glute muscle should be on fire. Keep your knee in a fixed position. Bend in. Straighten forward. Bend in. Imagine you've got a paintbrush on your toes and you're drawing a straight line. 4 more. We're almost done. 2. Keep that shin parallel. Now hold the leg forward to the front. We're going to pulse right here to the finish. Let it burn. Straighten that knee, toes pointed. 10 more pulses. 9, 8. You've got it. 7. Get higher. 6. Longer. 5. Press. 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and come on out. Give your left seat some applause. Let those muscles recover. You should have felt that one. Let's go ahead now and get into the inner thighs. So we're going to keep that left leg forward and bent. The right bottom leg is going to stretch out and down. Your head is still rested on the floor. Start to lift up that right leg, up an inch, and then down 1 inch. Squeezing up an inch, down an inch. The toes are pointed. We want to keep an active leg. We want to create long and lean lines throughout the body with the muscles. So get those toes to point long and strong. Turning the toes down and then getting that ankle to turn up a little bit more, and you'll feel those inner thigh muscles. Try not to let the leg creep forward. Try to press it back a little bit more than you might think. Up an inch, down an inch. You'll feel those inner thigh muscles working a little more. You're trying to get the leg as high as you can, as long as you can without letting the knee bend. Pulse it faster. Up, lift up. And pulse. Good. Inner thigh muscles. Squeeze. Getting those thighs to contract. Squeeze and lift. Keep on going. 4, 2. Now you're going to circle the leg around small and fast. Circle, circle, circle. Carve out those inner thighs. Sculpt those inner thigh muscles. Reverse the circle. Around, around. Small and tiny. 4, 2, 3, find center, pulse it again, up, down, up, down. You want to feel the burn in the muscle. That's when you know you're fully isolating into that muscle group. You're toning, you're building stamina, you're building up strength. Take that leg back a little bit further. Here we go, final 10 counts. Up, 2, higher, 3, 4, lift it, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on 10. Go ahead and lie flat onto your back. Bridge lifts. We're going to bring the feet, knees, and thighs together. Flex your toes back. Push through the heels. Start to lift your hips up. pulse there up an inch. So before we start working the right side of the body, we're going to get those glutes and those hamstrings. You're pushing through the heels. You're getting those hips up high. You can use the hands on the mat for a little more stability. Get really high. Make sure you're pressing the knees together. That's going to make it a little bit more intense. Now shift into the right heel. Send your left leg forward, keeping those knees together. Lift, pulse, squeeze, and press. Get those knees together as you pulse. That right glute should be on fire. You're pressing through that heel. Let's go. 10 more. 9, 8, up, 7, good. 6, press those thighs together. 4, 3, 2, switch legs. Left leg down, right leg forward. Pulse, up and up. Keep pressing those knees together, those thighs together. Dig that left heel down into the floor. Get those glute muscles. Keep going. Pulse, up, pulse. 10 more. 1, higher. 2, lifted. 3, squeeze up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, both feet down. Final set of pulses. Up, down, feet together. Push through the heels. 10 more counts. 1, 2, work those glutes. 3 and 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, lower down on 10. Go ahead and make your way on up. We're going to start over again on the forearms, getting into the right leg now, your right glute. So the left knee is down underneath your left hip. Right leg stretch back really long, point the toes, hug the navel to the spine. Start to lift the leg up an inch, lower back down an inch. Lift up an inch, lower down an inch. Make sure the knee and the hip are turned down to the floor. You're activating, squeezing into the back of your leg, the back of your thigh. Hug the navel to the spine. We want to keep that lower back flat, not curving and dipping down. Think about your rib cage not opening towards the floor. Hug the navel to the spine. Shift your body weight into that right forearm. Even out to your body weight. We're working that left hip. Keep that knee really straight. Long, lean lines. Take that pulse a little faster. Up an inch. Up an inch. Up. Squeeze. Lift and lower. Keep going right here for 8, 7, 6, pulse up. 5, 4, 3. Now bend the knee. Keep pulsing the leg. 8, 7, 6. Good. Point those toes straight up to the ceiling. 4 counts now each way. Stretch the leg out. 4, 2, 3. Bend the knee. 4, 2. Keep pulsing that leg. Stretch it out long. 4, 2, 3, bend the knee really tight. 4, 2, get those hamstring muscles to shorten. 4, 2, 3, bend the knee. You've got it. Feel that burn, embrace it. That's the muscles changing. 2 counts. Out for 2, bend in for 2. The closer you pull that heel in towards your glute, the more intensity you're going to feel. Push yourself, work those muscles. Out for 2. And in now, single counts, take out the pulse. Stretch out, bend in, reach, bend in. This knee is staying in a fixed position. You're extending the leg and then bending the knee. Try not to lose your form. Build efficiency throughout the body. Out, in, get that thigh up a little higher. Try to keep it at hip height. 4 more. 2, stretch, then bend. 3, hold the leg out long on 4. Take the leg down to the floor, down and up. Full range now. That full range of motion is going to make those muscles work even harder. Stay isolated, down to the floor and then up. Keep that knee straight. Try not to let it bend, especially on this exercise, this variation. 4 more and up. We're almost done. Hug the navel to the spine. 3 and up. Hold the leg high. Let's pulse right there. Up an inch, long and strong. Here we go. Final 10, 9, 8, work it. 7, longer. 6, higher. 5, straighten that knee. 4 and 3, lower down onto your left hip. Reach your left arm long. Let's get into the outer right glute. Pull the knees in front of your hips. Keep the shins stacked parallel. Start to lift that right leg up and down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. So keep your shin parallel to that bottom leg. The knee's going to want to turn down. So keep the leg moving just like a lid on a box. Up an inch, down an inch. All these little corrections are only going to help you. They're only going to push your body, your muscles to that next level. 4 more. 1 and down. 2. Make sure you're stacking the top right hip, not letting it roll back. Pulse at the top. Lift, pulse. lift, pause. Keep the leg bent, the shins parallel. Lift up and out of that bottom left oblique so that you're stacking this right hip. 8 here. 7, lean forward into the front right hand. Keep pulsing the leg. Stretch it long to the front. 8, 7, good. Keep your knees lined up. 4, 2, bend the knee. 4 counts. In for 4. And stretch it forward for 4. Watch that shin. Keep the leg parallel. 4, 2, your knees want to turn down. Stretch it out. 4, 2, 3, bend it in again. 4, 2, 3, stretch it out. 4, 2, here we go. 2 counts each way now. Bend in. Lengthen forward. You're doing great. Keep that right hip stacked on top of the bottom. 2 more. In for 2. Stretch out for 2. Watch that knee turning it in. Yeah. Take out the pulse. Now single counts. In. Sweep forward. In. Sweep forward. Imagine you've got a paintbrush on your toes and you're drawing a straight line through the air. Take breaks when you need to. It's okay. In, then out. This is really intense, really good for those outer glute muscles. We all want longer, leaner muscles. So let's get those muscles to lengthen, to tone. In, then out. 4 more than we finish. 1, reach forward. 2, keep that knee. 3, and forward. Now we're going to hold the leg to the front, pulse right there. You go up, down. Final 10. Lift. 1, 2, longer. 3, higher. 4, straighten that knee. 6, good. 7, 8, and relax. Give that right side some applause. Keeping your right leg forward, send that left leg down, inner thigh muscles. Right hand in front to stabilize. Point the bottom left toes, lift the leg up. Take it slow, up an inch, down an inch. So the toes are pointed. We're going to roll the toes down, turn the ankle up, squeeze that knee really straight. Always think about where that bottom leg is in space. Try not to let it come forward. Take it back a little bit more. That's going to get isolation into the inner thighs. Squeeze your knee really straight. Use your body weight of the leg. 4 more. Press down. Up 2. Down. Lift up 3. Hold the leg up high. Pulse right there. Small little movements. Activation, activation, squeeze. Lift, pulse. Lift, pulse. Keep leaning forward into the front hand. Body weight. Up, down, squeeze, lift, get a little higher. 8 more. 1, 2, energy through the toes. 5, 6, take small little circles around. 8, 7, carve out those inner thighs. 4, 3, reverse the direction of the circle. The higher you lift your leg, the more you're going to make those inner thighs work. 4, 3, find center, pulse it up again, lift, squeeze. Try to get that leg up even more, even higher. Work those inner thighs, lengthen those inner thighs. Take the leg back a few more inches. Pulse right there for your final 10. 1, 2, stretch that knee. 4, get deeper. 5, higher. 6, 7, 8, and on 10. Go ahead and lie flat onto your back. 1 more set of bridge lifts. The feet are going to go wide and the knees are going to go wide. Pop up off of your heels. Come high into the toes. Lift your hips up all the way and then down. Up all the way and then down. So you're lengthening through the tailbone. You're pressing the toes into the floor. We're getting into the ankles. Push through. Lower back down. Push and lower. Press and then lower. Lift and lower. Full range. 4 more. 1. Try not to let your body weight come into the shoulders. Keep your body weight more so into the balls of the feet. Hold the hips up high. Pulse. Up, down. Squeeze. Lift and lower. Up, down. Try to get a little bit higher. Now shake it side to side from right hip to your left hip. Right hip, left hip. Tucking the tailbone. More body weight into the balls of the feet again. Try not to let it shift back into the shoulders. Shake it out here a little faster. Right, left, right, left. Press to the toes. Lift those hips up, getting into each corner of the glutes and the hamstrings. 8 more. 7, 6, have some fun with it. 4, 3, find center, pulse, up and down. You got 10 more. 9, work those glutes, hamstrings. 6, up, 5, pulse, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. We'll take a couple stretches here. Great job for your 20-minute glute workout. No equipment required, just you. You are the machine. Right leg in, left leg forward and down. Go for a hamstring stretch, extending that right leg up to the ceiling, grabbing onto the toes if you can, pulling the leg towards you, feeling those hamstring muscles stretch and release. Take the leg out to the side. Feel the inner thigh muscles stretch. Try to get your toes to the floor. Feel the hips open. Bring the leg back up to center. Switch hands. Take the leg to the inside a few inches. Feeling that outer thigh, the outer glute. Bend the knee, spinal twist. Reach your right arm back. Pull the leg across the body. Your body's reaching and extending in 2 different directions. Wring out your spine. Make your way flat onto your back. Figure 4. Stretch that right outer hip. Pull the legs towards you. Knees come in towards you. Press that right knee away a little bit more to get that outer hip area. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Right leg down. Hug the left knee in. Lengthen into the lower back. And then start to go for your hamstring stretch. Extend through the toes, lengthen that knee, guide the leg in towards you. Feel that hip ground into the mat, and then open the leg to the side. Inner thigh release. Peel the hips apart. Try to get your toes to the floor. Keep lengthening, reaching all the way over, and then start to bring the leg back up to center. Switch hands on the leg, take it across the body, just a few inches. Outer thigh, IT band, outer hip release. Bend the knee and go for your spinal twist. Opening up that back arm, shoulders stay on the floor. As you wring out, twist the body. Exhale, start to make your way flat onto your back. Figure 4. Pull the legs in towards you. Try to clasp around the front of your knee. Rock and sway from left to right. We're letting these muscles that we just worked recover and reset. All you needed today was 20 minutes of your time to tone and sculpt your glutes. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. Rock and roll your way on up. Legs forward, big inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale and fold. Grabbing onto the toes. Take a moment to acknowledge the fact that you just put in some time today to tone your body and firm your glutes. Come on up, give yourselves a round of applause. Great work, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.